Well, Kenny Anderson, if he wins this gold medal, really will have done it the hard way. He's boxed 4 times to get here. And there's Kenny Anderson coming in now. He stopped a man from Papua New Guinea. He stopped the Irish teenager, Kieran Crossan. He outpointed the English champion, Tony Jeffries, on a very narrow one in his quarter-final. And then he stopped the Aussie favourite, Ben McGeachran, in his semi-final before the second round was over. But this is a man that we've been quite impressed with all the way through. The 21-year-old that boxed in the World Championships last year, Adura Olalehin. The referee, incidentally, is from Lesotho. The judges are from Australia, Pakistan, the Bahamas, Sri Lanka, and Trinidad and Tobago. And there's Kenny Anderson. Scotland have never won a gold medal in the Commonwealth Games in this light heavyweight division. And their last gold medal in any Commonwealth Games boxing tournament came in 1998 in Kuala Lumpur, when Alex Arthur took gold at the featherweight and has gone on to pretty good things as a professional boxer. I'm not sure Kenny Anderson has any ambitions in that direction. John Wilson got silver for Scotland in 1994, Harry Lawson in 1986, and this fella has banged his way to a final. He's been one of the most impressive, aggressive punchers all the way through, but he may have to find a little bit more in terms of boxing skills, Richie, against this very clever fella from Nigeria.
Yes, Olalehin is a very good counter-punching southpaw, so Anderson's going to have to get to him here. But I fancy the Scot with this big right hand of his. He's very powerful.
Olalehin, the silver medalist in last year's All-African Championships, which is a pretty decent feat. He's big, he's tall, he's rangy, he's got a heck of a reach, and he's one of those nasty, awkward southpaw rascals that nobody likes coming up against. But will it bother Kenny Anderson? We are about to find out. And already Olalehin has just got himself into a little lead there. He's very casual. It's a lot of skill there, and Anderson's going to have to try to rough him up as he did most of his other opponents.
Yeah, he must sustain the pressure here, Kenny Anderson. Can't afford to wait on the outside like that. He's got to force the pace and try and land that big shot. And go in behind the jab, that's the thing, behind the jab.
The Nigerian told off by the referee for slapping. You've got to hit with the knuckle part of the glove. That's the bit picked out in white. The Nigerian is very, very relaxed. There's a lot of stiffness about Kenny Anderson. He's tagged his man with the right hand. He needed a few more of those. This fellow, I don't think it's going to be too ruffled unless Kenny Anderson lands a real belter on his chin, which he's done with 1 or 2 opponents previous to this final. Well, the Nigerian, for my money, Richie, is the better boxer of the two. Not round the kidneys, please, from the referee. That's not part of the target area. The target area is the head and the body. Not the greatest start from Kenny Anderson, just being outworked ever so slightly.
Yeah, he's just being beaten to the punch now and again, Anderson, but he's so dangerous, Kenny Anderson. He's the type of guy who can be 3.5 rounds down and he pulls one out of the bag, you know. He's always in with a puncher's chance. He's got a fair degree of skill as well, Anderson, but I'd just like to see him go in behind that double jab rather than just looking for the straight right hand.
Nigeria has those hands held very low indeed, but he's a lovely mover. His footwork is excellent, and he's just slipping away from Kenny Anderson. And the Scot has got to start thinking about really tagging him. Good footwork. That's better by Anderson. Lovely short little right hand, but he got a clip round the ear with the left of the Nigerian for his pains. This is starting to warm up a little bit. Anderson being made to look a little bit on the clumsy side just towards the end of this round.
Yeah, he's finding the southpaw a bit awkward, isn't he? And the Nigerian sitting back a little bit and bringing him onto the shots. It's been a good round for the Nigerian.
Frustrating opening round for Kenny Anderson. John McKay in the corner.
There's Anderson there, just getting a bit frustrated. Got through with a couple of good right hands, though. That was a good shot. But when they're standing in the centre of the ring, it's Olalehin's fight. Look, he gets caught. Anderson there with a left hand, sweeping left. He's got to push his opponent, Jim, back onto the ropes and in the corners.
By 2 stoppages and a points win in the semi-final over the Kenyan, Joshua Makonjo. 29-9 in the final analysis. Looks very relaxed. Big, powerful fellow.
2 and 3 at a time. 2 and 3 at a time. You hear me? Right. They go there, try and bury the bloody thing on his head, on his body.
that's good advice to Anderson. 2 or 3 at a time. He has to up the work rate.
Yeah, if he relies on that single shot, like I said in the first round, the single right hand, it's not enough. Against the southpaw, it's a good shot to throw, but you've got to remember, it has to travel further to the target. So let's go beyond the double jab, 2s and 3s, Kenny.
Had a good 2005. Kenny Anderson won the Norway Box Cup in Oslo, won the Arafura Games here in Australia. And he's done magnificently to get to this final. Guaranteed silver for Scotland. But we'll certainly like the gold. Again, a little bit clumsy by Anderson because the Nigerian is just not there when the Scotsman wants him to stand still and get tagged.
Well, what Olalehin is doing also here is he's tying Anderson up on the inside. He's not allowing any room or a gap for the big shot to go. And there's Anderson. He nearly found it then.
I just think if Anderson lands on this fella's chin, it could be an entirely different contest.
Yeah.
Olalehin knows that. He's staying out of harm's way, and when they do get close, he's tying Anderson up.
Yeah.
But it's 10-4 now to the Nigerian, and Anderson needs a little bit more. He's been that bit too predictable, and he's not stepping in with the shots. Good footwork again by Olalehin. Better by Anderson. Again, the Nigerian being cautioned for hitting with the open part of the glove. Anderson looking for that single shot, but he's getting outboxed, Richie. That's better.
Oh,
through the middle, that was a good shot. He really hurt the Nigerian there, and Olalehin is hanging on. And that certainly, to my mind, was worthy of a standing 8 count.
It's very important when Anderson catches him with a punch, though. He's got to find room to deliver more shots. There, the Nigerian just held on, and it was frustrating for Anderson because he couldn't find the room to actually work.
Well, I probably shouldn't say where I got it from, but I got a list of the performance ratings from all the officials, and this fella who's doing this final was rated as poor. And why would you want to give a man who is rated as poor a Commonwealth Games boxing final? Well, that's beyond me. Maybe this was preordained. Anderson looking the stronger of the two now. Olalehin, if anything, is fading a little bit. Anderson not looking daisy fresh himself. This is a very, very messy round. The Nigerian has won it only by 5 points to 4, but Anderson has slipped away to 6 points behind. He can still come through. That was a good shot by Anderson at the end. Did it count? Well, it should have. That should have scored by Kenny Anderson. Maybe it was just on the bell or just after. Anderson, I think, might just have turned the corner here, Richie. He's certainly the stronger of the two. I'm not sure he's the more skillful. What a cracking right hand that was, and another one to follow up. And those were good scoring shots coming in by Kenny Anderson. Got a slap around the ear and got his man again.
That must have been just on the bell or a fraction after it, though, Jim.
Just don't run after him, cut him off, bang him with the left hand, right hand after the top, and get your left and right going once more. Come on.
Yeah, he's got to go in behind his left, though, Jim, here. Double jab, fast feet, chin down, and then throw the big right hand.
Come on, you've got to bloody put the pressure right on him now, right? It's not just catch-up time, it's going to have to bloody do it. You hear me? So come on.
And then he's got to literally push him off and literally shout, say to the ref, look, I can't work here, this guy's holding.
Well, the referee, I have to say, should not be doing this final. If you're rated number 21 out of 26, what are you doing a final for? So Anderson now 7 points adrift at the midway stage. Olalehin coming steaming back at him now. Anderson doesn't want to let this slip out any further. That wasn't a bad shot by the Scot, but it didn't land. It's wild stuff from Anderson. He needs to be measured. That's a good left hand from Anderson. He's still there, only 6 points behind. Olalehin is being very illegal. Don't do it now. Come on, referee. That's the last time. He should really get 2 points added onto the Scots score. Plenty of time for Anderson. Needs another couple of good shots. Olalehin's missing wildly now. He looks a little bit worried about Anderson's power. And there he is tying it up again.
So now Anderson's
John
got to push
McKay's
off.
Absolutely incensed by this. This referee should be stepping in.
Oh, come on, referee. Oh, see, that's because Anderson's so frustrated at being held. Everyone can see it.
Right hand went in by Anderson. That was a better shot. That should have scored. Again, Anderson not getting credit, I think, for scoring punches. Oh, this referee's a disgrace. How many times does he have to do it? That's about the fourth time. You can't keep saying, come on, that's a warning. Next time I'll give 2 points to your opponent. It's still there for Anderson. He needs to close the gap. He got a slap where he got caught flush. Good right hand from Anderson, though. That's a standing count, but the clock is going to tick away. That's more like it from Anderson. He needs a few more of those. But while he's got a point, the gap is still at 6 points. And the clock is ticking away during that 8 count. Now, come on, Kenny Anderson. You need a big shot here. The man is tiring. You can do this, Kenny. 15-10, that's better.
Now he should get a warning now. He should get a warning. Yeah, he should get a warning here, Jim. Yeah, there you go.
That's going to be 15-12. Anderson is winning this round. He's given himself a very good chance. How much real Braveheart spirit has Kenny Anderson got? Here he comes again. Well, the crowd are right behind Kenny Anderson. This fella is hanging on, and he should be getting another warning if he does this again. This is disgraceful. Come on, referee. Break it up. That's better. You need a punch here, Kenny. Olalehin does not want to win this contest. Anderson certainly does. They're both desperately tired. Terrific round by Anderson. Was winning it anyway. And Olalehin, I think, has nothing left in the tank.
Nothing at all.
A supreme effort from Kenny Anderson that, like we've never seen before from him, could win this. He was scoring. I think it was unfortunate that only 3 shots scored. He got a lot more in. It was a wildly constructed round by the Nigerian. That wasn't a bad shot by him in a second, to be fair to him. But Anderson cracked him with a belter of a right hand in that neutral corner, and that forced the standing 8 count.
Right hand again, left jab, right again. And he's got, you'll win the bloody thing. Now, come on, you got 2 minutes, boy. You can 2 bloody minutes. Come on, you've got too hard for you. Now, come on, you got 2 minutes. I don't want to know you. Push his way.
I think we're going to see the Nigerian run like a rabbit in this round, Jim, to be quite honest.
Well, Kenny Anderson will chase and chase and chase. He has come within striking distance of gold. Kenny Anderson, 3 points between them. Anderson needs to start well, and look at this fella's holding straight away and hitting. Anderson's desperate to break it up. Come on, referee, shout break. And the Nigerian has picked up an extra point. Not good from Anderson. Needs to close that gap. Come on, Kenny, you can do this.
Just got to find the room, Jim, as he comes in, not to be tied up on the inside. Got to find the room to work, Kenny Anderson.
Yeah, he's got caught as he came in, though, and that's a 5-point gap, and that's a conclusive point. Well, it's still doable for Anderson. He needs a supreme effort. He's got him with another one. The Nigerian is holding it. That's ridiculous from the Nigerian. He's holding it. Anderson, in his frustration, is trying to get away from him. Get up, the clock stops. Well, John McKay is absolutely incandescent with rage at this hugely incompetent official.
Oh, referee's doing that. He's so frustrated.
Good stuff by Anderson. Great combination. 2 points between them. Left and right by Anderson. Referee, the man is holding. Is he going to give him another? Yes, he is. And that's going to bring it to level pegging. And this is doable for Kenny Anderson. He's nobody but himself to blame. At last, we're getting justice. But are we going to get goal for Scotland? Look at Anderson. Comes scampering out of the traps. Olalehin is just holding.
He could be disqualified here, this Nigerian. If he keeps holding like this persistently, he'll be disqualified.
He should be disqualified. Good stuff from Anderson. He's gone ahead for the very first time in this contest with less than a minute to go. Come on, referee, break this up. 50 seconds remaining. Good right hand from Anderson. Well, this Nigerian should be slung out of any competition and shouldn't be allowed to box again.
His fitness is
He's got him again. He's given another one against him.
His fitness has just deteriorated.
He's given an 8 count against him. I thought for a moment it was going to be a warning. But the clock has ticked away, and it's ticking away in favour of Kenny Anderson. Don't let this one slip, Kenny. Good right hand. Anderson 2 up. Scotland in gold medal position.
He doesn't want it, the Nigerian. He's just holding on. He's so tired. This is Anderson's fight here, Jim.
Less than 30 to go. One more point, Kenny, and you've got the gold. I'm quite sure. The Nigerian looks away. He knows he's retreating. He may have to come forward. There's still a bit of skill left in him, but Anderson's got the extra point. Anderson's going to do this. Anderson has come back from a 13-7 deficit at the halfway mark. Good shot by Olalehin. Hit with the open part of the glove. They can't take the point off the computer scoring, even though the shot was illegal. 10 seconds. Just run, Kenny. Don't stay there. Get out of it. He's picked up another point. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Anderson wins it for Scotland. Scotland's first ever gold in the 81-kilogram division, and Anderson wants to come back for more. And Kenny Anderson is probably saying to him, I'll see you round the back afterwards, but he doesn't care. Terrific performance by Kenny Anderson right at the end. Awful bit of refereeing, awful bit of carrying on by the Nigerian, and Anderson had to come through with serious Scottish grit. What a performance by Kenny Anderson right at the end, and the Aussies love him for it. Wonderful display by Kenny Anderson. Goal for Scotland at 81 kilograms.
What a final and what a comeback from Kenny Anderson. He has the gold, and that's Scotland's 11th of these games. We'll be back at the boxing live for the big men, the super heavyweights, and that is Kevin Evans against David Price, Wales against England. But here, coming up in just a moment, we've got the women's 4x4 relay final.
Showdown with Adura Olalehin of Nigeria.
Is he going to give him another? Yes, he is. And that's going to bring it to level pegging. And this is doable for Kenny Anderson. He's nobody but himself to blame. At last, we're getting justice. But are we going to get goal for Scotland? Look at Anderson. Comes scampering out of the traps. Olalehin is just holding.
He could be disqualified here, this Nigerian. If he keeps holding like this persistently, he'll be disqualified.
He should be disqualified. Good stuff from Anderson. He's gone ahead for the very first time in this contest with less than a minute to go. Come on, referee, break this up. 50 seconds remaining. Good right hand from Anderson. Well, this Nigerian should be slung out of any competition and shouldn't be allowed to box again.
His fitness is...
He's got him again. He's given another one against him.
His fitness has just deteriorated.
He's given an 8 count against him. I thought for a moment it was going to be a warning. But the clock has ticked away, and it's ticking away in favour of Kenny Anderson. Don't let this one slip, Kenny. Good right hand. Anderson 2 up. Scotland in gold medal position.
He doesn't want it, the Nigerian. He's just holding on. He's so tired. This is Anderson's fight here, Jim.
Less than 30 to go. One more point, Kenny, and you've got the gold. I'm quite sure. The Nigerian looks away. He knows he's retreating. He may have to come forward. There's still a bit of skill left in him, but Anderson's got the extra point. Anderson's going to do this. Anderson has come back from a 13-7 deficit at the halfway mark. Good shot by Olalehin. Hit with the open part of the glove. They can't take the point off the computer scoring, even though the shot was illegal. 10 seconds. Just run, Kenny. Don't stay there. Get out of it. He's picked up another point. 5 seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Anderson wins it for Scotland. Scotland's first ever gold in the 81-kilogram division, and Anderson wants to come back for more. And Kenny Anderson is probably saying to him, I'll see you round the back afterwards, but he doesn't care. Terrific performance by Kenny Anderson.
Kenny, many congratulations. You said to me after the semi-final there was no way you were going home with a silver, and your prediction was right.
Aye. Well, early on in the fight it looked as if it was maybe going to be that way when I came back, and I was so doing, but I just dug deep, gave it all my heart, and came out on top at the end. Sometimes that's all it takes, is a bigger heart than your opponent, which I think I showed them the other night.
What a moment for the Scots, who've had a simply terrific Commonwealth Games right across the board. Our BBC colleague Dougie Donnelly is taking lots of credit for that, needless to say, because he happens to be chairman of the Scottish Institute of Sport. But everybody in Scotland has got behind Kenny Anderson, and a terrific moment for Douglas Brown, the Secretary General of the Commonwealth Games Council for Scotland, who hands over the bouquet. Kenny Anderson, a wide grin in his face. I'm not sure that what he has achieved has actually sunk in. But this is a terrific win for Scotland. And the Scottish anthem will be heard for the first time in 8 years in the boxing tournament in the Commonwealth Games.
Gold number 11 for Scotland there, and the final gold.
They left Scotland as stars in their own sports. They returned as Commonwealth heroes. A handshake from the First Minister for every single member of the most successful Scottish Commonwealth Games team ever. But the athletes will hope that they can have the medals translated into money. They'll be looking for more funding from the Scottish Executive for future games.
Long-term things and keep in with the youngsters. I'm sure that's the best way to go.
Hosting a special sports summit later this year to ensure how it can best be spent.
We will, over the months ahead, pull together the organisations that are involved in sport in Scotland to look again at facilities, to look again at the coaching, the backup support that is required, and make sure that we can take forward this success to Beijing, to the Olympics and beyond, but also be as well prepared as we can be for London in 2012 and hopefully for Glasgow in 2014.
So for the new Kings and Queens of Scotland, Cardinidsan reporting Scotland.
Still to